Hello and welcome to the daily cricket show, Cricket Happenings, with your host Ram. And well, it's going to be, I'm talking about Zimbabwe as to how yesterday, as you know, they were definitely rescued by a good partnership by Sikandar Raza and Peter Moore. And one probably, as I said in my report yesterday, that Zimbabwe still had a chance of saving the match because there was still some batting left, and I was absolutely right in that. And what Zimbabwe did today was absolutely commendable, which I'm going to talk about, and also we'll have a look at some cricket news. But so let's first rush into that particular match. What a match it was! I mean, the second Test match ending in a draw after West Indies dominating it in the first innings was probably not expected, but definitely Zimbabwe pulled up the unexpected today by stonewalling to force a draw in the second Test match. Even though West Indies won the Test match, I think Zimbabwe would be very happy with this effort. So let's have a look. So it all happened with Peter Moore and Sikandar Raza resuming their innings on their overnight score. And but today there was a quick wicket. I mean, they could not get to the 100 partnership with only 4 runs added in the morning. Shannon Gabriel nipped the wicket of Peter Moore, caught by Shai Hope for 42 with 2 fours. Sikandar Raza was there at the wicket. He was continuing in the same vein as yesterday and was more sedate as well. Malcolm Waller came in, contributed 15 runs before becoming a victim of Bishu for 15. Now that was the time when the score read 172 for 6, but Sikandar Raza was still there. But once Sikandar Raza's wicket was claimed by Jason Holder, clean bowling him for 89 with 6 fours and 1 6. And what a match for Sikandar Raza. He joined Jack Scalise as the only person to make 250s in a test match and also take 5 wickets. So that would have been a proud feeling for Sikandar Raza, the off-spinning all-rounder. And that was the time when the score read 210 for 7 with Chakabva and Cremer at the crease. So two new batsmen at the crease. And one knows that Cremer definitely has the capability and also Chakabva to a certain extent. But one never thought that Zimbabwe will end up at 301 for 7 from 210. Look at that partnership. Oh, tremendous. A 91 runs partnership, but look at the overs that it occupied. It occupied 49 overs, almost 50 overs was stonewalled by Chakabva. Cremer did not hit a single boundary, the captain. We know he's a very stodgy player. Cremer is a good batsman, but what he did today was he kept on stonewalling, kept on defending, kept on plodding. Chakabva, on the other hand, was also doing, but also Chakabva was playing some nice boundaries as well. And this partnership, I thought Cremer was the one who nurtured Chakabva. And Cremer, look at that knock. He took 150 balls, occupied the crease, unbeaten 28 with absolutely no boundaries or sixes. But that will really tell you that Cremer decided to really hang on there, and Chakabva also did the same. And I'm sure this would have been a very, very frustrating experience for the West Indies bowlers. Probably at 210 for 7 when Sikandar Raza was gone, West Indies would have definitely smelt victory. But look at that. Zimbabwe definitely need to be commended for this effort. And finally, Zimbabwe drew the match against the West Indies at 301 for 7. Chakabva was not out on 71 with 5 boundaries. And Chakabva, with this innings that Chakabva has played, has also shown that Chakabva is also is going to be a very good player for Zimbabwe. And Cremer not out on 28, and Chakabva played 192 deliveries. Again, as I said, this result is something that Zimbabwe would be very happy with because they did not allow West Indies to clean sweep them in the Test series, and West Indies took the Test series 1-0. But I'm sure Zimbabwe will take this. As far as the bowling was concerned, Gabriel, 21 overs, 7 maidens, 2 for 34, was absolutely on the mark. Kemar Rose, 22 overs, 10 minutes, 2 for 37, could not add up to his wicket tally today. Brathwaite 17 overs 2 minutes none for 44. Holder 22 overs 7 minutes 1 for 42. Devendra Bishu 34 overs 7 minutes 274. Chase 17 overs 3 minutes none for 31. Blackwood 10 overs 4 minutes. So it was Jason Holder using 9 bowlers today, but this particular stodgy pair of Chakabva and Cremer did not allow them to deter one bit, and really I think it's great credit goes to this Zimbabwean players Chakabva and Cremer for really pulling the wood out of the fire, I would say, and actually draw this test match. And the player of the match went to Sikandar Raza for his both batting and bowling exploits, and we are going to hear a lot about this bloke Sikandar Raza. He's a very aggressive all-rounder. Player of the series going to Devendra Bishu. So as far as the test match series is concerned, it's all done and dusted as the Queen Sports and Bulawayo, West Indies taking it 1-0. Now, the next thing that I'm going to see is going to some cricket news, but there's not much cricket news to really talk about. I can say that, as you know, England are in Australia right now for the Ashes, and they're going to play a warm-up match at the WACA in Perth. And Mitchell Johnson, who's already retired, was given an invitation to they actually invited him to play in the warm-up game against England, but he has declined it as he has to get fit for the Big Bash League, I reckon. Other than that, there is some injury concerns for Moeen Ali, and as you know, Moeen Ali is a vital cog in the England's mix, no doubt about it. And it seems that Finn and Moeen are having some injury concerns. Well, dear fans, friend subscribers, I don't think there is anything else to really add to. I'm just thinking whether I can talk about Ashish Nehra's stats, because I couldn't have time yesterday to actually cover on that. So let's see whether I can actually give you some stats about Ashish Nehra, the left-arm pace bowler who retired from all cricket yesterday. So talking about Ashish Nehra, he did yeoman service, I thought, but the problem for him was his injury. He was not fully fit, and that was the main problem for Ashish Nehra. But if you look at his stats here, he played 17 test matches, and in test matches, well, he could not make much of an impression, and that itself will tell you, when he played only 17 test matches, you can well know as to how tough it would have been for him. ODIs, well, he was a specialist ODI player, 120 ODIs he played, and we'll have a look at his bowling. As far as test matches are concerned, in 17 tests he took 44 wickets, his best being 4 for 72. In ODIs, he played 120 ODIs, and he got 6 wickets for 23. He got 157 wickets, 6 for 23 being the best, and they picked up 5 wickets 4 times, 4 wickets in an innings 5 times. And in T20s he played 27 and he picked up 34 wickets. A very modest career for Ashish Nehra, but he played for the IPL. He was the left-arm medium-fast bowler, and as I said, we will all remember one of his things, and that was in the World Cup against England, where he really skied through the England batting lineup. That was something that one would always remember, according to me. Well, dear fans, unfortunately, I'm going to end up my cricket show for today with this being said of Ashish Nehra. Thanks for your company, and thanks for watching Cricket Happenings. It's good night.